Ooh, hey y'all. I'm gonna drop some coffee or water or something. Hola, hola, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at. My knees is kneeing, so I got both of my braces on today. I'm gonna have to start sleeping in them because my knees, with this rain and all of this going on, yeah, they don't be right. Hola, hola, everybody. Ooh, I need them to figure out what they're gonna do with this weather. Good morning, Jen. Because this body is bodying. You hear me? It hurt. Hey, I ain't gonna be on here long. I was just reading a couple of things and I wanted to talk them over with y'all. Y'all all right from last night? Everybody okay? Good morning. Last night was a little rough, wasn't it? Just the information and the realization that we be playing in God's face. And some other folks did that and it didn't turn out too swell for them. It didn't. Your mind was blown, right? Because when we read it in the Bible, we don't really get the gory details of what it looked like. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Everybody. Think about it, though. When we read it in the Bible, when it talks about how God told him to go in there and do this and do that, the wrath of it all. I was up studying wrath this morning, and I got my Strong's Concordance that's normally right there, and it is almost 2 whole columns of wrath scriptures in the Bible. I screenshot them all because I'm gonna try to go through them. But do you understand now why it always talks about that the people they was they would be wailing once God sent the angel or whoever, a group of people to go and do what he told them to do? It was not good for the people that was on the other end of his anger. I think I slept wrong last night. I don't know if it's the cold, the rain, the allergies, the what is going on around here. It's all of the above. Ooh, 45 is coming in a little achy. Ooh, it didn't even wait, baby. We can't even get out the month of March. You hear me? My son wasn't in our class last night, but this morning he said, you need to tell God sorry. Oh. When you talked about Mosul, I just remember the chaos we were experiencing. Oh, you've been to the city? You been to Mosul, Danielle? Oh, see how God be doing for us, though? He always puts somebody around us that have been there, that knows somebody that's from there. I'm grateful. Good morning, Isapu. You hear me? God always gives us revelation. Look at that. We got somebody in our class that was serving over there in the army. So you actually touched down. I served in Tali where the ziggurat was, and I was just reading about the ziggurat. Get out of my business. I was just reading about the ziggurats in here, in the ancient Iran and all of that, in the Mesopotamian. I just read about that yesterday. That's some of the markers I got. How they rated it, and was it like 2015, 2016, or 2020, something like that? Boots on the ground for real, yeah. You walked where Abraham walked. That part. That part. Whew. Sorry, y'all. I think I slept wrong last night or something. I don't know. This right here, it ain't doing what it's supposed to. I don't know what. I think I lifted too much this week or something. I don't know. But baby, right there. Anyway, you're gonna need your Revelations NIV. Today we're not gonna be on here long. Mosul, and all over Iraq. So you too, Timothy. How many people do we have that have been over to the Middle East? I know we got a lot of vets and stuff. How many people we got that been to the Middle East? Retired military indeed. Okay. That is so cool to me, y'all. That y'all got to go and see the places that we read about all the time. That's cool. So do when we do our studies, does that like open up a whole different thing for you guys? Because you saw it, you were in the military, you knew that it was part of the Bible, probably whatever. But when you go back and you study the way that we do, does that open up a different view of the land that you walked on, or the places that you got a chance to go? Does it make you look at it differently? Like more in depth, should I say? Maybe you didn't even realize some of the stuff that you were seeing when you were seeing it, or how important it was to history and the things that we study now. Hey, because I have military family. You said yes, I believed you right away because the things I saw over there. Interesting. My stepdad was a special ops unit over there, and he'd come back from deployment with NDAs and more possessed than it. Yes, especially I felt how crazy Kandahar was, especially how the mountains look, and I can tell the Nephilim, too. They caught was real. You been to Kandahar? You been to Kandahar? I know who to read you. 3 Iraqi deployments and 2 Afghanistan. So the stuff about your friends talked about it. So the book that the T of y'all just sent me that we didn't get to go into, that I've been sneaking and reading, this right here, the Upper Nile, the cities of Bashan, um, and that half hour in the Far East. They got some stuff in there too. Y'all done seen all this stuff we be reading about. Look at y'all. See what God do for you. He'll give you the answers. Wow. That's crazy. So you got to walk in the places, all of y'all got to walk in the places that we read about. It's mind blowing. And just think, like you said, Abraham, Joshua, Og, all the dang giants that we read about, the dragon siblings and all of them. That's mind blowing, y'all. For real. Oof. I don't know why I slept on last night. Ooh, it is pretty cool. So, we're not going to be here long because I got a whole bunch of stuff to do in the kitchen. If we saw that if this stuff we saw that you would never, I would believe it. I would definitely, I got family in the military too. Well, they retired military and they was in different wars and all over the place for about 30 years. Both of them, actually 3 that I know for sure that were military. They were brothers and sisters. 2 brothers and a sister. And they went in like 87 and 85. So they was in the Gulf and, nights in Baghdad. And then I told y'all about the young man that I met. He was a family friend. In 2002, he came back. That nigga was different. He only slept 3 hours a day. Excuse me. He only slept 3 hours a day. And he came back and tried to unalive his wife and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he talked about the spirits and stuff that they saw when they was over there in Iraq, when they would be in the I don't go to the Middle East when I was in. You didn't? But I can tell you for sure there's something unholy under Fort Knox. Oh, baby, you ain't gotta tell me. I've been to Fort Knox. I used to be on Fort Knox all the time. Took pictures in front of the planes and everything. I stayed on Fort Knox, girl, between about 2003 to 2007 or 8. Yeah, that's where you went to basic. Yeah, I stayed on Fort Knox, honey. Did. I had a family member that lived there and stayed on Fort Knox. Yeah. And matter of fact, one of my people worked the gate right now. Somebody I know very well works the gate just right now. Sure do. B-146 interesting. Okay. Infantry. Okay. Not me. But I was military between Iraq and Germany, child. Yeah. 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 So you can hear the rituals and giants under the barracks. I was there in 2017. It's some weird stuff that goes on there. The mountains. I got the same feeling about being in the Tennessee mountains that I did in the Kentucky mountains, babe. And I used to always tell my auntie, it's something up there. You can't tell me it ain't something. It feel like things is peering out at you when you driving through those mountains at night. You can feel things watching you. I got stranded in the Kentucky mountains, babe. I know all about Kentucky. E-Town, all of it. Ratcliffe, all of it. Do. Well, I mean, but that don't make y'all think about, like I said, a lot of, because the same in Colorado. Been to Colorado too. Listen, all the places y'all be talking about, when I tell you, CERCA done been up and down this United States from childhood until now. And the creepy places, baby, I don't care how many times you go through them. They creepy. Let me go blow my nose, y'all. Hold on. I need to drink some tea instead of making some coffee because my allergies, everything is different. I started printing out some of the letters that you all sent, emails and whatnot. There's a stack of those sitting on the printer. Trying to make sure I don't forget to water my plants. Trying to make sure I read. Trying to make sure I drink enough water. Drink a substance other than coffee and water. And right, because you gotta maintain a balance. Excuse me. All right, so I have a question for you. Do you want to try and answer it, or at least understand before we go forward? I have a couple questions, actually, not just one. I've been feeling that lately, learning how to balance everything. Yes, girl. Balance is key, and I had to get it back. We had to hit it hard for a minute. I remember people getting baptized in the Euphrates River. It was wild, right? Miss Nicole, you act just like my daughter. I talked to her this morning, and I promise y'all have the same. It's so crazy between you and Queen and a few others of y'all. I don't. God make you deal with this. Is why it's important that you learn the people you deal with, because you gonna meet them over and over. So, but think about it, y'all. That's why I've been telling y'all, thank you for allowing me to not be on here as much. I needed to balance my life. Okay, so can I say this to y'all? As much as I love y'all, I want to make sure that I'm spending quality time with God. And sometimes if I'm on here or if it's a lot going on, I don't want to give him rush nothing. So I've had to calm my mind down so that I can get back into the pattern. Like, because for a long time, I could not get up on time, my schedule. And I understand that things change and I don't want to be stuck in a way that it has to be this way. But I also started to notice some things. You know what I mean? To where my mind was too cloudy or too worried. And can I tell y'all another realization that I had to come to? As much as I want to help every single person and be there for every single person that I come in contact with, I'm not God or Jesus. Not that I ever thought that I was, but as a person, especially doing this, and what my baby did for me last night, it really made me happy. Not that she was kind of cut and dry, but that she understands my mama is a human and y'all don't get to see the other side of her when she's not well or she's not feeling okay or confident or whatever. You said that's why I hold up on classes as well, but study independently with God. Right, right. You hear me? So with that, sometimes when I was, back in the day when we started this and I was like, hey, I'm only one person. So I can read about 10 emails, then I can't read none for 2 days because I'm still a human, and I'm still learning to be the person I am right now and trying to make sure that I can line up with God and what He wants me to do. So the fact that you all have allowed me to pull back and just get myself together, I really do appreciate it, because some people are so selfish they don't care what you're going through. They just need what they need from you, and they don't care if you okay or even have the mental capacity or emotional capacity to give it to them. They just want whatever the fix is that you give them. They want that, and they don't care how much it drains you. They just expect you to be available, not understanding that this isn't the only facet that I have. I got kids calling, friends, family, and it's like everybody need me for what they need me for. F what you going on, got going on or whatever. So just y'all allowing me in this third year to pull back some and not be on here as much. And then you guys have time to study for yourself. Because like I said, plants dying, I ain't watered them, dirt dry. Like I had to get back to even just making sure that I get up and do what I need to do before I get on here. My laundry, just normal life stuff. We all need me time. You have to stand for your parents. Sometimes they protected us and we want to return that. We understand love is an action word. Yeah. But also too, just doing my normal house stuff. You know what I mean? In real life, because WOIU and this have become everything. But I mean, my kids, but it was my daily thing. But there was a lot of things that was going unkept or just neglected because when I get off here, I'm going to eat and lay down because whatever. And I was like, no, you got to stop that. I found out something about my spirit. Okay. I really appreciate you, Circa. I've been studying with my little one and getting him used to everything. Good job. I appreciate y'all too. Y'all giving me an outlet when I didn't have one. But I also understand that seasons change and it's not always going to be the same, and every day is not always going to be how it was the first day, the 50th day. Hell, we working on 1,000 and something days now. So, we've had over 1,000 days together. That's a lot of days. You understand you're human and need to recharge. You do a lot and greatly right. But I just want to get back to my normal life. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure I don't have projects that are piling up that I don't do, or just keep looking over it and saying I'll get to it later. Like that's an easy way to become complacent and just unhappy in your life, and I don't want to do it. So I've been trying to do some things, like I said, coloring, normalcy, right, right. Yeah. And it's okay, and it ain't nothing but sometimes just laying in my bed and looking around my room, just thinking, because God has done a lot for me, and I don't want to be ungrateful. I don't want to stop talking to Him as much, or spending as much time. Of course, I have less time now, but you know what I mean. I want to make sure that I'm giving Him His time and making sure that I'm right where I need to be, because we on the cusp of some crazy stuff. So, with that, the question that I have for you is, what is the cost of your white robe? And we've talked about this before, but I think 36 months later is even not more important, but we getting closer to the white robe stage. So if you can write down on your paper, and the date and time, and then write down what is the cost of my white robe. And we all have our robes and stuff now that we keep on, right? What is the cost of the white one that we're going to get? And once you've written that down, like I said, we're not going to be here long because I'm probably going to get back into bed. I don't know why I'm achy. I got both. Look, this how you know you're getting old. Y'all see it? Who see it? Nigga got both her knee braces on. You hear me? And having to rub my shoulder out. This is 45 for you. You hear? The muscle in my leg is muscling. Listen. You gotta keep taking care of you. Girl, we are along for the ride. Either way, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I love you too, baby. I got 2 knee braces on. I ain't playing. And I'm about to start sleeping with them on. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. All right, so what is the cost? Okay, so I can ask my Milaniqua until he woke up. Like, if I hop out the bed wrong, I could be on the floor. Because this leg could go out whenever it wants to. I'm secured and stable, baby, falling in the walls and everything. Getting old is a trick. And, two, my sight, my vision is really, really tripping. So that's the thing. Because even trying to read words, I'm like, what the heck? They be going in and out, baby. This getting old is different. But we're moving on. So, wait till 67. Lord Jesus. Ooh, it's crazy. I'm telling you, wake up and you be hurting stuff, side hurting. You don't even know how you... I didn't do nothing but go to sleep. Why is my whole back on fire? Like, none of this makes any sense. Wake up, wrist hurting. Yeah, what in the world is going on? I don't understand. But I'm gonna massage it out and keep on moving. Put a brace on, put some oil, something. Yeah, mine too. I think it's all this internet. Nuh-uh, I be having to read stuff twice. Yeah, my eyes is real crazy. Y'all see, I'm stumbling over words and stuff, and I know I've been lazy. Y'all done sent me frames, and I still ain't got the glasses. I'm going, cause I went out the other night. Not went out, but I left my house at nighttime, and I had to drive on the highway, baby. I couldn't see nothing. Almost got T-boned and everything. I said, "Yep, okay." The vision has definitely stopped visioning, so we're gonna have to. You don't get to do whatever you want to do and put nobody else or yourself in danger. I can't even sleep comfortable. At 42, everything is hurting when I wake up. Yeah, so I gotta go get my glasses. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. They wasn't paying attention, but still, I could. When I say it was so, like, the lights were so blurry and stuff, I couldn't see nothing, baby. I said, "Oh, okay," because I don't normally leave my house at night. I leave my house, during the day, and it was very hard for me to see, very hard, and I had to hop on the highway and stuff. I was like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna be doing this." So. Anyway, did you write down your question? What is my white robe going to cost me? We're not going to be on here for hours and hours. But I do want to point out some stuff to y'all. Ooh, I'm going to have to stretch. That's what I'm going to do. I sent you some frames for your new glasses. Yes, ma'am, you did. That's why I said, y'all didn't send me frames. I just ain't went and made the appointment. I'm going to get a couple pair. You hear me? I'm gonna get, y'all done sent, over the years, y'all done sent me a few pair, and I'm gonna get at least 2 or 3 pair put together, so if I lose one and some come up missing, I can have another one. I'm gonna give me a pair of shades too, that way I can have those. Because you get my prescriptions put in the shades for when I'm driving. I have to, which is so crazy. I remember people talking about this, and now it's my life, so moving on. All right. I need you to go to Revelation 6 for me. We're not going to read all of this, but we're going to skip around a little bit. NIV version, please. I get mine. Also try Zelo. I get my glasses from there. Yeah, but the only thing is my eyesight is so crazy. They don't have the half points or like the 0.9 and all of that I need. And I don't want to pay that and then it's not right. I need trifocals, which is crazy. Yes, ma'am, CERCA, your niece made you some subs. We'll send it out when I can. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Genesis 6. I mean, not Genesis. I'm sorry. Revelations. 1,000 pillows on my bed. 1,000. A whole difference. Y'all done sent me pillows and everything. I keep saying I'm gonna get a new mattress because I believe that's what it is because there's a dip, but gotta be in the budget first. Is the thing. My pillows ain't flat. It's my mattress. I know what it is because there's a literal dip in it, and now I've gone to the point where I've turned it the other, not just flipped it because you can't flip it, but turned it so that it's a California King, and I'm gonna get all of my wear out of it because I sleep in the same place, so there's that dip, but it's on both sides now. So now I've turned it to where what would have been the head and the foot is the side. So now I'm wearing dips in those. So we're gonna do all four corners, and then I'm gonna give me one. I'm gonna use it until I can't use it no more. That's what I'm gonna do. Moving on. I'm cheap like that, girl. I need a new mattress. Am I 40? I already know. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm cheap too, you know. I'm gonna wear it out until I can't use it no more. All right, here we go. So I need you to go to Revelation 6 and 7, please. Revelations chapter 6, verse 7. Me too, I thought it might be, but even when I sleep without it, it doesn't help. Yeah. Oh, I know, honey. That's why I got these on here. And I'm a side sleeper, so I know that mess with your back and everything. So we moving on. We're just getting old. It is. These bodies have to go back to the dirt, so just hold on a little longer, circle body. Hopefully, I can lose a little bit now. We gonna move on because that's not funny, but it could be a thing. You know how we was all worried. Y'all know how we was all worried a couple months ago about these bodies not being fit and slender and all of this. Thank you. Y'all remember? Well, think about it. If famine come and we not if when I mean the real one hits, who gonna be chunky? And it ain't no food. You said I wrote my wish list on my body. Don't worry about it, cause when this famine hit, everybody gonna be thin and fit. Everybody gonna be fasting. No, you done made me sad when you told me about the sin making us being. Listen, but think about it. Famine is coming. It's here. We just ain't seen the whole of it all. But who gonna be chunky when it's you ain't gonna have to worry about losing no pounds. It's gonna happen naturally, cause there ain't about to be that much groceries. So you don't have to worry about it. Listen, you is not about to have to worry about it. Stuff is gonna be scarce. So whatever weight you had a problem losing, don't worry about it. There is an earth uh weight loss program that's coming. Everybody on earth is gonna be a part of it. I'm calling the turkey right now. That's something you're gonna see. My bones, that's okay. Listen, I'm just saying we all gonna lose weight. Maybe I should have stayed thicker so that I had something to lose. Kind of smaller now. Hey, it is what it is. We right here. I was thinking about that like, you ain't gonna have to be worried about it. You gonna it's super fast. Just so y'all know, a lot of canning stuff is on sale at Walmart. My pot was $19. Good job. Are you vegan? No, I'm hungry. That part. That part. That part. Literally. So don't worry about it. Whatever weight you didn't think you was gonna be able to lose, it's coming. You ain't gonna have to pay for it. Here we go. When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. When he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony that they had maintained. I'm going to read that again. When he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony that they had maintained. What does that mean? What does that mean? What's the definition of slain? Listen. The saints that were unalived, yep. The saints, they were unalive because of what they believed. They kept spreading the gospel of Jesus and were taken up out of here. Right. Unalived in a violent way is what it means to be slain. Unalived in a violent way. The people who died for Christ. Okay. Do you see how quickly free speech is leaving? Good morning. Who sees how quickly? You see it, Isabel? If you can't talk about a Tesla owner who isn't even an elected official, what do you think it's about to be like to speak against the Antichrist? We have 19 days, roughly, until they slay these red heifers. 19. Something that the world has been waiting on for between 2,000 and 2,500 years. A strike down testimony can open acknowledge a public something that they have been waiting for to do these cows. It's been between 2,000 and 2,500 years. And it is happening while we are alive. All of us right now. Okay? Do you feel like in the next year to year and a half that you will be able to speak openly about Jesus? No. Do you feel like you are going to have to learn a new way to say what you want to say? You said no, barely can now. Interesting. So you're going to have to learn a new way to say, I'm a believer. You said no, we can barely do that now. Okay. Interesting. So do you feel like you could be one of these people in the next year and a half? 2 years? 3? Yes? Yes? Well, absolutely yes. Okay. They called out in a loud voice, "How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?" Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers and sisters, were killed just as they had been. What did God tell you you're signing up for to get a white robe? What's the cost of your white robe? Martyrdom, to be unalived, your life. But not just killed. Killed for what? For Christ. Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all feel like most times here I'm straightforward in what I feel like God is going to have us go through? Even reading what we read last night, do you realize the reason that we read that? Because I want y'all minds to not be fooled about this is about to be a pillow fight when these people is coming for us. Who remembers me saying that we will be hunted? What is ICE doing right now? ICE is hunting people, are they not? They're hunting people down and wrangling them like cattle. Did we talk about this? And we talked about it was going to depend on if you were a citizen or not. But we talked about global citizenship. But we talked about it starting with the immigrants or the migrants, did we not? Now, people are being arrested coming back into the country. When they go through customs, you have to give them your phone. And if there is anything negative against Trump or Elon, they can arrest you. Did we talk about that? That you will not be able to speak against the leaders freely because they are setting it up for the Antichrist. You said it's like we have no rights or voice. Okay. Okay. Whew. Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers, and their sisters, not were raptured, not were taken up on the cloud. What did it say that was going to happen to the people that served in the body of Christ? What did they have to wait for? You are waiting to be killed. You are waiting for the rest of the people that you love to be massacred. Does that sound like what we have been taught? To wait for death? But the scripture clearly tells us that if you unalive before me, one of y'all might be in heaven saying, how long? And he said, well, CERCA got to go, and Janet got to go, and Sharika got to go, and Jamila got to go. We got to wait for Isabel to be killed. We got to wait for Jace. We got to wait for this person. We got to wait for that person. Is this not what it's telling us in Revelations about how you going to get your white robe? Not in the fluffy God I grew up on. No, these folks don't believe that's going to happen. Interesting, even though they watching the restrictions happen right now. No, it's not like where it's you said no, it's like where did they get the rapture from? Cause pumpkin, it's right here in front of your face. No, that's why in the beginning when you said that I felt my whole life I was deceived. Listen, don't feel bad. They jump straight to being in heaven. They don't want to talk about the suffering that we are actually going to go through. So if you got a chance to watch class or see class last night, just quickly, when it talks about the wickedness and how brutal it's going to be, do you understand what we are facing? When we read in the Bible about them throwing babies into the fire and slaying the children and all of the horrible things, do you realize that that is the what we are looking at? We've been taught, oh, that's not gonna hit us and this, that, and the other. But God is saying you're gonna lose your life in a violent way for me. Was Jesus killed violently? Was the disciples killed violently? Was the Hebrews, the Israelites, when different rulers would get over them that didn't believe in God for real, how was they life? So why are we being taught that we saints, but we not gonna go through that? Do y'all believe that's why a lot of people are blind to what's going on right now? They can't see it because it ain't what they've been taught. I never wanted my kids to experience war, but man, this is 1,000 times worse. Listen, we are not exempt. You said it. I've been watching what's happening in Watermelon, and I can say they do not care about kids either. Yeah. No, you don't get to do it. You gotta let somebody else do it. You gotta let somebody else do it. That's what it means to give up your life freely. But you don't get to take it. Pre-tribulation will lead the church people away. Okay. I watched as he opened the sixth seal, and there was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red, and the stars in the sky fell to earth. As figs drop from a fig tree, which is crazy because I have a fig tree now, when shaken by a strong wind, the heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. If every mountain and island is going to be removed from its place, what good is it going to the island, and what good is it going to be to stay on the mainland? Some islands ain't nothing but a mountain and the small land around it. So where are you running to? Tell me. If every Google a mountain within however many miles of you, whatever city you in, Google Ohio mountain, whatever. The mountains of where, what mountain range is nearest you? It could be a state or two away, but what mountain range is near you? What's the closest mountain range to you? I'd rather be in my homeland where I know the terrain and what to expect from the people. Honestly, girl, you, your auntie's niece. What's the nearest mountain range to you? You're in the mountains, the Rockies. Interesting. So you in the Rockies. Who else? Oh, yeah. Well, that's why you Google, to find out. All you got to do is Google nearest mountain range to me, and it's going to tell you. Use your location. Tell me how far it is and what is the mountain range. Sequoia Mountains are 30 to 35 miles away from me. Mount Wakita, Okita is located in Arkansas. Hey, Pumpkin, how many miles? Riz, we looking up. I'm 4.5 hours away from the Appalachian Mountains. Okay. I need a broom. Arbuckle, Wichita, Ozark, Wichita. Okay, how far is that away from you? Ooh, don't break this. Go get your broom, girl. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go get my broom. Because I need to stretch this leg out. Pilot Mountain is 20 miles away from me. Okay, where else we got? Ain't nobody in here. Arizona, Cali. Ain't no mountains near y'all. What y'all got? Jamila, you got some mountains near you? An hour and 40 minutes. Okay. The Palo Pinto Mountains are hour and 30 minutes from you. Okay. My nearest one to me is 2 hours and 2 minutes. Okay. California, Arizona, Nevada are in the mountains. They are. Hey, Pumpkin. We need you to Google the closest mountain range to you. West Rock and East Rock is 30 minutes walk. Okay. Okay. I'm in Kern County, California. The Sequoia Mountains are 30 to 35 minutes away from me. Okay. Blue Ridge Mountains are 2.5 hours. Occoneechee Mountain is 15 minutes. Forest Hill is 5 miles. Knob Lick Mountain is an hour and 25 minutes. I'm near Glass Mountain, 130 miles from you. Okay. So when we go back and we read The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. How many islands are there in the earth that we know of? West Texas is 4 hours away. Okay. Baden Hill. Got it. How many islands are there listed, do they say, on the earth? 2 hours, 54 minutes drive from you. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I gotta twist my leg around this thing, and I don't really got enough space in here. But it's helping this leg do something different. I seen this on the thing. 670,000 islands. Interesting. So 670,000 islands. Over 500,000 islands are not going to be where they normally would be. How many mountain ranges are there in the world? Roughly. It's roughly 1.2 million mountain ranges. So 670,000 that are known and major. Okay. That's saying it's impossible to give an exact number of the mountain ranges globally. So it's saying, and then it gave somebody else 1.2. So we gonna take that. You said 8,616 mountain ranges. Okay. So we'll say between 100,000, because of course they're not gonna tell us all of it. But I believe it's millions of mountains. It's over 200 in the U.S. I believe that. Because you got to think, they hide whole islands from us, do they not? They take whole places off the map and just don't show us, so we don't think it's there. It says 8,616 global. Okay. I probably go with the more of the 1.2 as far as mountains, right? Like, they might be counting individual mountains instead of the whole mountain, line or whatever. So we'll say 1 million mountains. We'll just say it's 1 million mountains in the world, okay? 1 million mountains. So that's 1 million mountains, okay? But if the mountains that are like a line of, like how Phoenix sits down in the valley, once one mountain starts to crumble, it's a whole circle. There are close to 1.2 million mountains on Earth belonging to hundreds of distinct mountain ranges. Exactly. So what's going to happen when those 1 million mountains are moved simultaneously? How much force does that take to move every single mountain range, or all 1.2 million mountains, to move them at one time? What is going to be happening when 670,000 islands are moved at one time? How violent does the earth have to be shaking in order for 670,000 islands to be moving at one time? A cosmic earthquake. It said it was a great earthquake right before we read what we read, didn't it? What is the amount of force of those plates moving and shaking and gyrating? What is that scene going to be like? God, prepare my mind. So you understand that I'm not trying to be grim and dark, but this is what the Bible tells us that we're getting ready to see. We are living in the time where these things are going to be happening. Are we not? We are part of the generation, the end time generation. Aren't we the generation that's going to see this stuff? We're literally living it now, are we not? Like the day after tomorrow, but worse. Here we go. There are 1 million, yes, 1.2 roughly. Can we go back up to 7 real quick? I hope I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all. It'll be like when Samson collapsed the temple, but on a global scale, the foundation, the very foundation movement, I can't even imagine. Exactly. So let's go back now. Go back to 7 and look at this, family. Because people say, oh, she just talked about this. Because this is what's about to happen. And so when I don't want to talk about stupid stuff, the reason I don't want to talk about stupid stuff is because this is what I'm thinking about. What I'm about to see. You still worried about what happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago, baby. You need to be worried about what's coming your way. And not just your way. The way of your mama. The way of your pastor. The way of your mailman. The kid down the street. The old lady that get on your nerves. The person at the gas station. You dang right I'm thinking about it because God said we need to. He didn't say that people's hearts was going to be given out with fear for nothing. At the terror that was coming to this earth. And folks, it's still... Okay. It said, when the Lamb opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th living creature say, come. And I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death and Hades, following close behind him. Now listen, they were given power over 1/4 of the earth to kill by sword, famine, plague, and wild beast. And while there is killing and famine and plague and wild beasts, the servants of God, their brothers and sisters, are going to be being killed. And then right after that, the sun is going to turn back, but there's an earthquake. And it moved every single island and every single mountain from where it has been, however long it's been there. Things that have been fixed in place for thousands of years are going to abruptly move. It won't matter if you have a passport because you can run to an island. It's going to be there. Yes. Come on now. The destruction of it all. Mm. I can't imagine. It would be earthquakes, sinkholes, the road, water shooting out of everywhere. Y'all getting it now. Sinkholes, the road, and everything opening up, the road breaking, and the mountains crumbling. Dad, please prepare my mind. Okay. Y'all feeling me now? It's real. Then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and everyone else, both slave and free, hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. They called to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come. Who can withstand it? The kings, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and everyone else, both slave and free, hid in caves among the rocks and the mountains. You know what I saw in the beginning? All of the people that had power. You realize he listed all of the people that had power first. The princes, the kings, the rich, the people that got armies. The people that thought that they had power over people's lives and their livelihood are now going to be running, talking to the rocks, saying, follow me because I don't want to deal with God. Because there is someone more powerful and more wrathful than I could ever be. Strokes of a pen make people feel powerful. Having an army behind them makes people feel powerful. Their money makes them feel like they can do whatever they want to do. Their bunkers will not save them because God said, I'm breaking up the foundation. Where you going to hide? Not realizing they still have to face him no matter what. Here we go. All right, let's go to 7 real quick. We're going to skip past the 144,000. And I need y'all to go down to 7 and 9. Verse 7, Revelation 7, verse 9. Please, tell me when you over there. Okay. After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count. Can you tell me how many people have lived since Adam? You know why no one knows that number? Because God is the only one that knows that number. Because even the babies that were born and they only breathed for 3 minutes, their soul is going to stand in front of Christ. Babies that died in utero, their soul. So it's not just counting the people that actually got to grow up and live. It's counting the babies that were stillborn. That makes me think of Aladdin when Jafar wished to be the most powerful genie, but he failed to realize he still had to do whatever the owner of the lamp wished. Sorry for the delayed response. You all right, Pumpkin? That part. And somebody is still controlling you. That part. But think about that. All of the souls. If you breathe, you were considered alive, right? And if there's a heartbeat, at some point in time, there's a soul connected to the heartbeat, is it not? We read that as soon as that spark of the heart flashing, that is God putting a soul with that body, is it not? Only God knows how many sparks. Okay. After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count. No one, a person, but God knows. From every nation, tribe, people, and language. We're going to stop right there. There was a multitude, a group, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. What does that mean? Yes, but look it. That means that in every race of people, God got some people that follow him. No matter what language they speak, God got some people over there in that area that follow him. Listen, after this, I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one can count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They were wearing white robes. So there is going to be someone from all the tribes, all the nations, and all the languages that is going to make it to heaven. So when people ask me, why do you have Bibles and religious texts of other people? Because this means the people who know him by a different name too. Nixie Pooh, you picked up. You picked it up. Read that for yourself. What if they don't have the name Jesus? Oh, they don't know the true name, so they're not going. That's not what the Bible said. He said it's going to be somebody from every race of people, every language, every nation. How many nations are there? How many different languages are there that are spoke? So I asked y'all the other day, if they speak in ticks and knocks, how do you say Jesus? It don't sound like what we listen to. That ain't mean they ain't saying it, because it says God went out into all the world, into all people. You said worship him, not the name and the false images. Listen. So again, why everybody is so worried about being the true and the chosen, God said, I'm going to have somebody from Japan, all the nations. It's going to be somebody from there. That's why his name is said in so many ways. Okay. There are roughly 7,100 to 72 distinct languages spoken around the world today. So it's going to be at least one out of 7,200 from a language. What? How many? It's 180 nations. How many nations? Every nation under God. Here we go. Nisi Poo. Riz. An older pastor I knew said, y'all gonna be surprised who gets into heaven, referring to the halal folk. My pastor at the time cut her off and moved buildings after she said that. It's 195 different nations. And some of those nations, so-called, don't believe in God. Ain't that what they said? Ain't that what we've been taught? That certain people don't recognize Christianity. Well, then how is it that at least one of the people from every nation and every language and every tribe of people is going to be there worshiping in front of Christ with white robes on? And you don't get a white robe if you're not going to heaven. So should we have the Tanakh and the Hindu book and the Korean Bible and the Chinese Bible and the Russian Bible and the Russian and the Arabic and the five books of Moses and the Hebrew and the Greek and all of these other languages? Should we have information here? Because evidently God went to them and talked to them, did he not? At least one he did. So while everybody keep talking about what race of people or what this and this and this and this ain't going, God said it's going to be somebody in front of his throne from every race, every tribe, and every language. So is it somebody in Hinduism that knows God or that was born into Hinduism and they might not know him as Jesus, but they know him? What about some rare tribe in Africa where they have whatever is going on, or in Asia or wherever else it is? This includes tribes, races, and languages. They don't exist. That don't exist in our modern day too. Exactly. All of the people that God said nobody will ever remember your name, but he do. Nobody will ever know your lineage, but he do. That's why I said, can you go back and count how many people been born since Adam? Because you got to think, even in the Bible, y'all, they only tell us about the lines of people that came out of Seth and Cain. We don't even know of the races of people. All of the races of people that you can track back now come out of Cain and Seth. What about the other 63 people? 62, 52, however many, y'all know the number is 63, 53. What about their lines that we don't know nothing about? Because everything that we have been taught only comes out of those two bloodlines. But we know for a fact that Adam and Eve had 50 to 60 other children. So that's the bloodlines we don't know about, the languages we don't know, the races of people that we don't know. You mean God just let everybody else except for Cain and Abel be barren? We know that's not true. Do you hear me? So when he says that being crucified or martyred for Christ is going to happen all around the world, on every island, on every mainland, do you believe it? I need to go put this on the charger. It's like trying to number the stars. It's impossible for us. Right. Right. So do you think the people in other countries are going to pay their cost, whatever that might be, to get their white robe? Because God went to them and he gave them the word as well. Okay. Here we go. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands, and they cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb." All the angels were standing around the throne and around the elders and the four living creatures, and they fell down on their faces before the throne and worshiped God, saying, "Amen. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanks and honor and power and strength to be strength be to our God forever and ever. Amen." And then one of the elders asked me, "These in white robes, who are they, and where did they come from?" Who are these people in the white robes, and where they come from? And I answered, "Sir, you know." And he said, "These are they who have come out of the great tribulation, a number that no man can number, from every tribe, every race, and every language of people. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb." Now, why is that going to be important? Why is that important that our clothes were made white? Because what's going to happen to these? Dirt, but something else. They going to be bloody. We're going to be martyred. They're going to be blood stained with our blood. The same way Jesus' clothes were stained with his. So when we die, our clothes are going to be blood stained. But the cool thing about Jesus' blood, it act like oxy. Is it called oxy white or whatever it's called? You can dip it down in there in a red stain and it turns white. OxyClean, that's what it's called. OxyClean. I said oxy white. That's the generic version. OxyClean is the one y'all know. So the same thing that they showed us in the video that happens with that rag to get the grape juice on it or the spaghetti sauce, and you put it down in there and it bubbled the stain away. It saddens me that leaders are not preparing their people to die for Christ. You said it ain't funny, but I remember the old commercial. Me too, girl. Right? Hydrogen peroxide. That's crazy. You say that. I got my granny's gown that she had on the night she had her heart attack, and it had blood on it. Blood stained clothing. It's gonna be like our blood stained banner to show that we fought the fight for Christ. Our bloody clothes and this body. These filthy bodies. Because think about it. Most of the wrong that you do is to enhance your life in this body. You're trying to preserve your life in this body. To live a life of pleasure and whatever in this body. And God says, do you love it more than you love me? When people ask us, why are you storing up food? I don't want to be here anyway. Yeah, I don't want to die of starvation either if I don't have to. I know I'm going to go. But if God is warning me about the things that's coming, I can prepare for some of it. It's not saying I don't know that I'm going to die. I know that I'm going to die. We all are. But the beginning of it, it doesn't have to be so grueling because God told us. I saw yesterday that they took 1.9 million or 2.9 something dollars. I don't want to leave the people that I leave behind without that part. That part. Whatever's going to happen. Right, Pumpkin. Exactly. Exactly. But look at this. Michigan. Feds cancel $4.3 million worth of poultry, cheese, and eggs to Michigan food banks on March 29th. Food banks across Michigan are bracing for food shortages this year after the federal government stopped $4.3 million worth of shipments, including chicken, eggs, and cheese, even as many report that the need for food assistance is increasing. The canceled orders meant to go to food banks between April and August. Did we talk about those 2 months? We talked, the time in between April and August? Because September makes 42 months since that man been out. Why else is that food shortage going to be a trip? Because all of the people that work in fields and the food we were supposed to get April, May, June, July ain't going to be around. All the immigrants that are gone, that were picking the fields and getting the fruit ready for our summer harvest and all of that, spring harvest, they ain't been here since, some of them since before December. I heard 7 food supply trucks were stopped that were going to Cleveland. Okay, here we go. The canceled orders were meant to go to food banks between April and August. They account for more than 2 million meals, according to a March 27th news release from the Food Bank Council of Michigan, which advocates for network for a network of 7 regional food banks in places as far flung as Kentwood and Flint. Food banks are now left scrambling to fill in gaps with their own funds, food purchases, and donations. The food bank said, "We did not see this coming. This was not on our radar in terms of, oh, we could have a 600,000 pound dip, 600,000 pounds of food dip in supply, and with no real time to react." Did we know it was coming? Did it catch us off guard? I was just saying that about the food. I live around a lot of fields and nobody has worked them for months. Florida's trying to push a bill where it's legal for kids to work overnight and out. I seen that. They just took away what equates to 2 million meals. Over 600,000 pounds of food. This is just in Michigan. What is they doing in all the other cities? They said, but people gonna start to see it between August and April and August. You hear me? Is that creating famine? Here we go. The canceled food deliveries are from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Emergency Food Assistance Program. The canceled food deliveries are from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Emergency Food Assistance Program. A USDA spokesperson said in a statement that the Biden administration had created unsustainable programming and expectations, and the funding has been repurposed, and the USDA continues to purchase the food for the program. Food banks will adjust and continue to distribute food, but the reality is that there may be less food in the boxes they hand out, Knight said, and the boxes may contain less protein and more produce. People will have less access to the food that they want and need. Between April and August of this year. One food bank I go to used to have so much they have to put overflow inside Fellowship. Now only lettuce and fruits. I don't know, Miss Garcia. I will have to look at it, but it could be referenced to. Frijoles, arroz. Think these gonna be important now? Think learning a water bath or can or dehydrate food is about to be important by August? Think learning how to stay in your house and don't go outside is about to be important? Not saying everything that you know. Teaching your kids an emergency plan. Keeping an atlas. Because if they start in checkpoints, where you going? What state you leaving? Y'all, we getting ready to see some stuff we have never seen before. The earth has never seen before. And I don't know how you prepare for that. But if you aren't preparing your mind, you try to tell your niece that Saturday, it ain't about to be no school. You ain't gonna have to worry about that. They making sure that. That's why they don't care about these kids working overnight, like y'all said, because ain't about to be no school. You gonna work if you want to eat. You gonna work the fields. You gonna, I mean, do y'all see it? Can I ask you a question? And I'm not trying to be funny. April to August is 4 months roughly, 3 to 4 months. What is this world going to look like in August? What are our grocery stores going to look like in August? Juicy Mo, you don't have no choice. You won't be able to drive or do nothing if you don't have it. Wow. What's our grocery store gonna look like in 4 months, family? We talked about the food banks not having nothing because the government is not going to be giving out anything, and the government is kind of cutting their funding on the food assistance. We talked about it not being no food stamps and all of these different things. So while we were getting the extras, we needed to stock up and preserve as much as we can. Who understands get your stuff right now? Get your stuff. High prices and empty shelves. Who understands get your stuff right now? Get your stuff. Please don't waste no money. I can't tell you what to do, but please. Get everything you need to be able to stay in your house. You can't avoid death, but there's a lot of things that we will be able to avoid because we believe what God said. The food that is there is already spoiled. Did y'all see that lady opening the new bags of bread flour that were molded? Here we go. So, that part. That part. You said get everything you need before prices increase or it's not available. And all of that is happening at one time simultaneously. The prices are increasing and stuff might not be available shortly. Saw at CBS cans of oxygen for high altitudes or poor air quality. What? I just bought a bunch of manager special meat this morning, rinsed it off, and vacuum sealed it. Come on. Last night, we bought lettuce at the store, opened it up, and when we got home, it was mold all inside. So mad because we were making BLTs for dinner. Yes, some of the produce not lasting long. Gotta clean it and freeze it the same day. Was this happening in 21, 2020, 19? Food lasted. It was scarce in 20, but I'm saying in 2019, we wasn't worried about food molding and going bad. That was the least of our worries. Food was lasting in 2019. Even in 2020, the only reason it stopped lasting is because the stuff was sitting on. But every time you open something, that wasn't a thing. I started composting. Had to use had a lot to use because stuff is spoiling so fast. It was lasting, right? You bought a package of corn and asparagus, and the next day the edges of the corn were molding. No way. Okay. They're stopping people from getting chickens limited to 20 at a time. Interesting. Empty shelves. Yep. Okay. So things are different even just from 36 months ago, roughly. The way that our food, everything is different. Okay? We see it. We can see it. So those of you that have taken the time to learn the skills that you have, we ain't going to keep talking about it on here. But y'all know the skills y'all learned. Good job. Because they're going to be vital right now. When we go to Aldi, a lot of the vegetables are rotting on the shelves and molding in the packaging. Nisi Poo, did we talk about it? Who's happy that you started what you've been doing prior to all of this going on with the food? He said taste, cost, and availability. You happy that you went on and learned something, maybe dehydrating, canning, whatever it is, you learned it? You learned to stock up and do all of that? Me too. Because while everybody else was out trying to worry about being served and trying to eat at the best restaurants, y'all was trying to make sure that y'all family could just eat something. Instead of blowing money on $200-$300 meals and $70 meals at a time, y'all took that $70 and stretched it so that you could eat now and still have something for later. Still learning that part. So I told y'all we wasn't gonna be here long. I'm gonna let y'all go. But I don't want y'all to think that, oh God, CERCA's just talking about horrible stuff and this, that, and the other. You said I just left grocery store and beef is at least $10. Interesting. I don't want y'all to think that I'm just giving y'all all the gory details, even at the Disney Cast Connection, where they sell discounted groceries. They can't keep eggs on the shelf, and Disney is a multi-dollar company. No way. I've started my hydroponics and my veggies are growing. I'm thankful. I know this stuff. This part, pumpkin. This part. Everything that people didn't think was valuable information is so valuable right now. That's why I said I'm about to get off here. I got some stuff I gotta go. Ooh, so let me tell y'all. Red onion powder with a little bit of salt changes the game. Y'all might have already been making it. I was just gonna say that, Amanda. You can leave the bread to sit for weeks, but the produce drastically declines within a couple of days. Yeah. I'd rather talk about it like other minded people than people that don't believe, right? So, if you haven't made any red onion powder, it's stupid. I'm just gonna tell you. And I added mine with salt. It's a different flavor. I took, remember them 2 big bags of the peels I showed y'all? I'm gonna show y'all how much I was able to make out of the peels. Out of the peels of the onion and out of the peels of the garlic. But look, family, all of this is out of peels. This is the red onion powder. Well, I made onion salt. This was like maybe 3 or 4 pounds of the onion peels, the red ones. This is out of all of my brown onion shells. And this was out of all my garlic shells. That 2 pounds of garlic. So I don't throw away the peels now. And even the outside skin, I sit it on the counter and let it dry. Let me show y'all. So I've been collecting onion peels since we started dehydrating back in October. And I had already made a little bit, but I made some more. I've been doing a number of things. So what I do, I chop that bottom part off, peel that out. But even these can be dried for onion powder. The bottoms of your onions, or you can plant them and get your green onions growing out the top of there. So I don't get rid of my onion. When I peel that onion off, you know how we know it used to just throw that in that outside thick layer? I save all of it. I've been doing that since October. And this isn't all of it because I made more. But when I dry my onions too, kids ask me why I stopped watching you. I explained I didn't stop. CERCA needed a break watching replays until she comes back. Yeah. Right? So you can make your own onion powder, your own garlic powder, and it's more pungent than the actual vegetable. Mary, what are you talking about, pumpkin? You just typing stuff or what? You've been making almond flour after making almond milk. Yep. We having real conversation and you just typing random stuff. Please don't do that. Baby, I need you to pay attention. We talking about restoring vegetables. I hear all of that, but do you hear what we talking about, Miss Mary? Y'all can't just be in here having your own conversations about whatever you like. Pay attention or don't. But don't just be typing random stuff. Now, save your onion peels. Girl, I'm trying to figure out because we in here talking about how to preserve some food because ain't about to be none. And I get it, but it's just been the whole class just random typing. We're not doing that. Now, Save your onion peels and your garlic peels and the peels from all your vegetables, and they can be made into other stuff that we gonna need right now. Y'all here? Y'all getting me? Because this stuff is not gonna be on the shelf soon. Okay? So we ain't gonna have to worry about it if we not wasting nothing, because we'll have it. Because do you know how much onion powder and garlic powder and different powders I could have had I known not to throw the peels away? I always used to run out of onion powder and garlic powder, or whatever kind of powders we need. Think about it. Chives ain't nothing but green onions. How many times when our onions start growing green onions do we throw that away, and we could be drying our own chives? Taking that whole onion and reusing it for something else. About to freeze some eggs until I get my dehydrator. This. So anything that you are cooking with, you said sitting here buying broth when you could just make it. Okay. Same, laugh out loud. I use those too, and salt and pepper for almost everything. Come on. I told my daughter we don't understand how much we've been wasting until, come on. That's what I'm saying. So put them. I let them dry on the counter, and then once I know they fully dry, so they don't mold or nothing, I throw them in a zip. I had a two-gallon bag of onion peels. Got celery growing in water in my kitchen now from the stem. I'm trying to tell you, and look, kept the bottoms of my garlic. I didn't know you could grow garlic greens from that. I just learned, and they'll keep on growing. And they said that's more pungent than the white garlic. Potatoes too. I already planted. I already cut off my little baby. Them potatoes had fingers on them. Do you hear me? And I planted them. The greens are way more stronger. So guess what? When I chopped all my garlic, I kept them and dried them. Yes, and put them. Garlic scapes is what they call. Yep, I'll be doing that and drying that. It looked just like a green onion, girl. And it's more pungent. So I'm about to make me some garlic powder out of that too. And some dried garlic to throw off in there. And it can grow on the counter. You just got to keep changing the water. You can cut a thing of garlic in half, or take your old garlic. You know how old garlic will dry out before you get to use it? You can put that in there and clip it, and it'll grow. It'll keep growing just like a regular herb, babe. Yes. We not throwing away nothing. Y'all do it too? I'm about to start. I got 2 big bags of onions. Now I need to go to work. Girl, sis, this is from onion and garlic peels. These is like 16 ounces in 12-ounce jars from peels. That's onion flakes, the brown ones. This is garlic salt. All of this is garlic salt or onion salt. This is the peels of the garlic. 2 pounds, roughly. This is the shells of the red onions. So I got red onion salt. I got garlic salt. And I got me some the yellow onion, or it's the yellow onion that I be using. Garlic salt. Yep, just planting peppers, soaking potatoes so they can sprout. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not wasting anything. Think about it. It wasn't no seasonings on the shelves when COVID was here. That was like the first thing to go. All of the stuff for you to make everything was gone. Gone. And all you got to do with them peels is I soak mine in salt water, real hot salt water. Let them sit for about 15 minutes. Go in there and act like I'm washing machine. Baby, dry them out a little bit and put them on the dehydrator. They get real crunchy, and you put them in your herb grinder. Hey, and now you got garlic flakes, onion flakes, or whatever. Just think about how much. Yeah, right. I'm just trying to think of. I'm thinking, what are gonna be the things that we need? And if you gotta eat soup all the time, you gonna want some seasoning. If you gotta eat rice, you gonna want to be, well, herbs and spices is be the first thing to go. Flour, sugar, salt and pepper, all of that kind of stuff, right? So while we got access to it, we need to be not having. We need to have the least amount of waste as possible. Is what I'm saying, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. I'm not wasting. If I can dry it, like my carrots that I just dehydrated, I'm keeping the carrot tops for the carrot greens. My mom used to say, put a dry saltine in her, salts and sugars to keep them dry and clumping. Yep. Yep. I kept all them carrots because I'm going to lay them out in something. I just kept the tops of them. I let them dry out. Same thing I did with the onion. The same greens you can grow from the tops of the garlic, you can grow from the carrots. So I'm not throwing away nothing. It's a pile of them on the corner. Like I let them dry in this little area because that's where I'm dehydrating. So the hot air goes on them so that they dry out. You hear me? And all they need is a little water. Well, while we got clean water, I can dehydrate those for later. Using what we got to make something else. Yep. Yep. I've been making minced onion. Girl, listen. My house been smelling like onions on and off since October. Instead of doing the rings, I chopped it. I realized I could have been doing that the whole time, and it made it my process a little bit whatever. But hell, if I want onion rings, I still have some. You doing carrot tops now? Yep. So let's not waste no food if we can, y'all. I'm keeping all my seeds, even though I got a ton of seeds. I've been keeping all the seeds from everything. I even did the squash. My squash that I cut up, I kept the tops and the bottoms. I don't know if you can grow any greens from that, but I kept them too. Yep. I just have blended up my eggshells into a powder from my garden. Come on, sis. Who ain't wasting nothing is us. Trying to tell you. That's what I didn't get back on the other day. It took me forever because I don't have a big what's the name grinder. I have a smaller one, so I had to pack it down in there. But baby, I don't care what nobody say. From peels, from onion peels, I got this much onion salt from the peels. This ain't even the onions. This is the peels from collecting them from October until now. And I did some more back like in October, and I filled up a whole the seasoning salt thing that they get from that we get from Dollar Tree. I filled up 2 of them with the stuff I did before. So this ain't even all the way since October. You see what I mean? Put this in the shelf and call it a day, babe. And I'm going to keep on doing it. Guess what? My petty self been trying to figure out how to cook enough potatoes, because when I was dehydrating my potatoes, I kept seeing all that starch in the bottom. Something I never paid attention to. But you can dry that potato starch and make bread out of it and pasta. All that starch that boils down and be at the bottom of your water, when you blanching your potatoes and you go, it be clear on the top, that white, they save that in other countries, and that's how they make potato starch. You said potato starch is a great thickener for anything you make. Right. I'm about to learn how to process it, because I've been seeing it and not wanting to pour it down the thing. Girl, I'm not trying. You said, girl, you all in my house. I just bought 2 potato bags so I can go ahead and start mine. My rain bag came yesterday, so I've been collecting rainwater. This part, I'm not trying to change the subject, but I just want to say I'm so grateful for God giving you to us. You've been such a blessing. You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all been a blessing to me. Starch and noodles, I'm trying to tell you. Baby, I've been hurt. I got to pour it out. I got to figure out a way to sift it so I can save it and set it out and let it dry. Yeah. That white water that be when you doing our potato starch is, yes, and I've been seeing it in that. And when you know, I done did a lot of potatoes, and I was like, what can I do with this? I should have left it and like cooked it down and let it dry, and then I could have bagged it up and put it in something like this. Mad at myself. And I've been keeping my containers for my spices and reusing them for my different. Yeah, half. Look, y'all. Not again. I'm trying to tell. I'm reusing everything. So y'all know these? Oh, not they're $1.25 from Dollar Tree. I didn't. This is my own garlic powder in here, or onion powder. Ooh, that smells so good too. Look, that's my own onion powder I made. This was full, and I filled up another one of these with onion powder that I made. Right. My brother went to jail. That went to jail is out. Got a job the next day. He's been working every day doing it sober, helping out around the house. A true miracle for him. Thank you, Jesus. God know what He doing. That's a blessing. It definitely is. Come on. Come on. God is moving. You hear me? Ooh. He is moving. He helping a lot of folks. He opening up folks' minds and their resistance to a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? He's still in a miracle working business. But look here. Rice starch, right? All of it. So let's not waste anything. Come on, Steph. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. God is moving. Sometimes we just gotta be patient and get out of the way. So y'all been making y'all soup mixes, because we gonna have to be making soup all the time. Y'all know it's gonna be 1 pot meals. Also, I bought some bread a couple weeks ago. Some Italian bread or French bread. It's still on there and it's hard as a rock. Do y'all know what I'm about to do with it? It ain't molded. Wow, definitely. I'm about to make some croutons. Because even on Food Network, they be like, good, stale, crusty bread. You're going to need this. We're going to drizzle it with some EVOOO and put these seasonings on it. I'm about to make me a whole bunch of croutons, babe, and vacuum seal them and put them up. I got croissants, too. They didn't mold either. I'll be making those in the croutons as well. And they're going to be vacuum sealed and put up. So, baby, if all I got is soup and a few croutons, baby, it's going to work. You hear me? They use crusty bread in all kind of restaurants and with stale bread, and you be paying $99,000 for it. I'm about to reuse it and put it in that oven. I'm not getting rid of anything. If I can reuse it and save it for later, it will be. You said and be fired. I got 1.5. That's my goal today. So that's why I said, like, I've been reading and I've been doing my stuff, but I also been getting the things that I need to get together because I've been working so much. Hey fam, if not one, add bay leaves to dried goods, it will keep the bugs away. Oh, if no one knew, okay. Add bay leaves to dried goods, it'll keep the bugs away. Didn't know that. Thank you. Yep. So ask God to help you not waste, especially after you said they didn't cut the food banks. They couldn't. Nothing is getting thrown away. Everything getting used. Girl. Trying to tell you. Once I knew that they were, yeah. Once they started sending the folks out of here to get us our food, I knew for real. Okay, it's time to get on the hustle. You said, you said, yes, I saw a video about how they Reuse stale bread by soaking it in water and then reheating it. Now that I didn't know. Cinnamon and cloves keep roaches and pests away too. Okay. I didn't think my daughter was listening to me about getting prepared and getting her survival items. I went to her house and was proud of her. She was listening. Her garage is stocked up. Come on with it. If y'all are gardening, make sure y'all keep all of your kitchen scraps from y'all vegetables or fruit, so you can put them in your garden. Yep, that's what we've been doing, sis. We was talking about our carrot greens and all of that. Keep it in the freezer so it don't smell until time. Yeah. So look at us homesteading, even though we ain't got a homestead. Banana peels is water, potassium for tomato plants. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. So let me ask y'all a question, and then I'm gonna go. Are you excited that God took our focus off the world and what everybody else was doing, and we just got busy doing what our master needed us to be paying attention to and to do? Because how many people are still telling you you doing too much? I'm not about to do all that. It's not about to be that serious. And Reddit is my favorite app right now. Come on. Come on. You said yes with the ugly cry. You said that's how they make French toast with stale bread. It is. I'm mad I paid all that money at restaurants. Listen. Yeah. Yep. So, you said cinnamon milk helps restore your liver. Okay. Okay. So with that, y'all get to work, and I thank y'all for letting me get to work too. I'm great. Me grateful too, sister. Me grateful too. You hear me? Because we could have been focused on what everybody else is focused on and not learning these skills and buying the books and things that we're going to need, because we don't know how long we're going to be able to be in our space. But it's about to get ugly. Remember, if you need... okay. Yeah. Yep. So I love y'all. And I'm happy that you all decided to learn new ways to do stuff. You hear me? Yeah. I do eat mushrooms, but remember I tried to grow my mushrooms last time and they didn't work. I grew them one time when I was in Indy, and the last I tried to grow them last year and it didn't work. What did I do wrong? I bet you, because I love mushrooms. I bought the one with the one that tastes like fish. I wanted to do it so bad, the lion's mane, and I didn't do it right. I don't know what I did wrong, because I bought the ones, the what's the other ones called that everybody be growing. I bought those in 2020 and they worked, but I only got one thing out of them. So I don't know what I did wrong, but I want to. Those was just add water too, right? And they didn't work. I mean, you can send it. I'm definitely gonna try it again. Harvest in 10 days. Okay, lion's mane and oyster. Yes, them is the ones. Them is. I want to make me a lion's mane burger so bad. A lion's mane steak too. But I'm a mushroom person, so that's why I wanted them to grow. I'm mad about that. I want them to grow so I can make me some chicken nuggets out of it. Just because I like mushrooms. Not because I'm about to be vegan, but I eat a mushroom any time of the day. Fried, sauteed, in butter, with garlic. Baby, in my eggs. Better be happy they ain't got a mushroom cereal. I love mushrooms. Keep some mushrooms. But I've been wanting to try that. So, we'll see. Listen, you said I was about to cry. You made me laugh. It's a real thing. So, I love y'all. Let's get to work. We now out in the field in our stages of learning. We done been through all kind of stages. You can make kojic acid for soap using shiitake mushrooms too. I did not know that. I love mushrooms fried, dried, and with laid to the side, baby. I don't care how they get on my plate. Make some corn dogs with carrot. No, I already did that. I told you that. I did that when I was married to my husband. And my kids was like, Mom, this does not taste like a hot dog. No. I already did that. I told you I already did it before. I got all the soaks and everything for it. No, it tasted like a carrot on a bun. I'm not eating that. Hey, Krista, I'm not eating that. Nope. I don't want that. I love y'all too. I'll see y'all later. I knew she was gonna say something. I already tried it. If it ain't no meat, I'm just gonna. You said visualize, right? Listen, I did it already. My cousin came over here and made some carrot bacon. I almost put her out. Girl, I done made that too. My kids said, Mom, this do not taste like bacon. Stop it. Just buy the real stuff. I've been through this already. You said you just got here. We get ready to go. Listen, the fake cheese, I told y'all. The morning glory food. My husband came in the house cracking up because he hear you. Yeah, hey, brother, get your wife. She talking about trying to make us carrot hot dogs again. You made mushroom curry. Ooh, I know that sound good. I know that was good. Get her. Y'all know what I've been wanting real bad, though? You can make bacon out of dakin root. What is a dakin root? Why can't I just make... that don't nobody eat food at this house here but me. But if this give you any indication, and I just opened this pack and finished another one the day before. Do this tell you anything about me? It's only me here, and I'm going to eat every single slice. And this is a new pack I just opened the day before yesterday, but I'm about to cook some of that now. Do this tell you anything about your sister? It's only me here. It's 4 packs of family packs of bacon, and I'm going to eat all of them. I had on bacon earrings yesterday. I don't want it. I want whatever came from that pig. To think about me what you want. The Bible says it ain't what you put in your body that defile you. It's what come out. I'm going to eat all of this bacon. And when it ain't no bacon, I don't know what I'm going to do then, but I'm eating it while it's here. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about me. You hear me? You do not have to worry about me. No, I'm going to eat bacon. I'm going to eat it. I might put a little red onion powder on it. I might put a little garlic salt on it or some onion salt with mayonnaise and cheese. I ate about 12 slices of bacon this morning. About to. And then, wait. Emu mama then called me and said, guess what she eats off her plate? Whatever the meat is, she gonna eat that first. I said, she her grandbaby. Then she just ate the bacon and got up. Yeah, just give me the bacon. Give me about 5 pieces of bacon. I'll be okay. Some crushed red pepper flake. He seasons his bacon too. Sure will. It's good. Ooh. Yeah. I'll wrap a burger in bacon, a steak in bacon, asparagus in bacon, an egg, hash browns. You name it. Mushrooms and bacon go good together. Bacon wrapped jalapenos. Cabbage with bacon. Greens with bacon. Hell, I might make me a sweet potato and crumple some sweet baked maple bacon up on top of it with butter and some. Listen, wrap anything but a carrot in bacon. Now that might be the way you get me to eat a bacon dog. That might be the way you get me to eat a carrot dog if you wrap it in bacon. Now I might be open. That might get it. But if it ain't that, I won't be eating that. No, do you? Yeah. I'll wrap a boiled egg in bacon, girl. It ain't a potato. All of it. I can't even think of nothing that I wouldn't put bacon on. I've eaten bacon and cheesecake. I didn't eat bacon. I love a good yellow cake from the hood. Baby, get up in the morning and eat your baby, and it's the listen. What? Bacon on maple frosted donuts. It sure is good. I've had that as well. With a bacon cream cheese filling in it. You did. Yeah, bacon ice cream. I'm up for it all. You do bacon wrapped marshmallows. Now, see, Niche, you had me until you said marshmallow. That's about along the lines of carrot. I don't eat that. But I can see it being good. I just won't eat it. It's the marshmallow that gets me. It's the. Nope. The only way I can have a marshmallow is if it's completely melted on top of sweet potatoes or in a hot chocolate. Other than that, you will not catch me. And then if it's in the bottom of a pot, but it got to be the marshmallow whip stuff, and it can't be too much of that. And your niece make marshmallows from scratch too. Now I eat it if it's in a Rice Krispie treat, but just a big nasty marshmallow and you gonna bite into it, I will slap that out your hand. Don't ever put that by my mouth. I don't even want a bite of it. Now, if it's the hard kind, like they hard, the ones that go in the, I can eat that. But if it's fluffy, girl, I will slap that out your hand. I don't want no s'mores. Just melt my chocolate and give me my mm 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 mm. And then when you move it, it move, baby. No, keep that mess away from me. Yeah, it ain't nothing but powdered sugar. It's well, you can make it out of the marshmallow root too. But your niece makes it out of the powdered sugar and some other stuff. I can't remember, but yeah, it's easy to do. There, she smacked the marshmallow out of my hand, dead, and stomped on it as soon as you put it down. What marshmallow? I don't look moving my foot like this. I don't see no marshmallow. Did yeah, yeah. Now I might get the marshmallow. I was thinking about getting the marshmallow root just because they said it has medicinal purposes. But I'll be stewing mine like a tea or something. I'll be drinking marshmallow tea and not making no marshmallows out of it. Mm-mm. I save the bacon grease to bake other things with. And do I got that bacon thing where you pour it in there and it's strained through the thing? Do right sitting right on the side of my stuff, girl. Listen, let me tell y'all how bad this is. I made some of them noodles I told y'all about the other day. The ones I showed y'all because I found them on Amazon way cheaper than the Psycho place or whatever it's called. Well, I made me some noodles and I had some shrimp. So I took some of that bacon grease and cooked, pan fried the shrimp in there with the tail on. And then I took that grease after my noodles was cooking and I poured it over, all of that with the seasonings and the red onion. Baby, it was so good. Then I turned around and made another pack of, I don't know why I've been on a noodle kick, but not just the regular ones. Then I turned around and took some of the gyro meat, baby, and cooked that with some red onions and some oil, no pork, but, just grease. Baby, I ate them noodles yesterday. Baby, I was gone for like 4 hours. You hear me? Listen. So good. But y'all know what I've been wanting, and I ain't made one. I'm gonna probably go ahead and make it today. I've been wanting me a pot pie. I want pot pie and pizza. I don't know how that's working out. I want pizza and I want pot pie. I want both. Yeah, yeah. I want pizza and I want. You said you chefed your noodles up, girl. Red onion with some spinach. I had red onion, spinach, cause I don't put eggs in my noodles. I like not a boiled egg. I can't eat that. I don't like wet eggs. But baby, listen. And it's the remember I told y'all the noodle. I showed y'all those Asian noodles, and they're not like the other ones. They don't swell up all big like that. They have a dip. They're made. I showed them to y'all. Like if you have a what do you call that? What you call it? The the bread allergy that folks be having. What is it called? Gluten. And like if you do anybody eat noodles and your stomach be bloated? You be feeling like tight after you eat noodles? Cause after I eat the regular noodles, my stomach feels all bloated and nasty. They on Amazon, Miss Lady. I know we boycott them, but I did get them off of there because I couldn't find them nowhere else. It is an allergy. I think it's an allergy to gluten. But them noodles don't make my stomach swell up. So look, I promise you, these do not make my stomach swell up at all. I don't be feeling bloated or uncomfortable after. I can go right to sleep. These, y'all, I don't know if they got different kinds. I think they got different flavors. But it's wheat flour, tapioca flour, cassava flour, leek powder, celery powder, salt, and gum, Arabic, and sodium carbonate. But do you see that? The ingredients are wheat flour, tapioca flour, cassava flour, leek powder, and celery powder. And they are green. I could make a pizza pot pie. I'd be crazy enough to do it too. They are green, but you know how like when you leave normal ramen in a bowl, they swell up real big and it be looking nasty. These don't do that. The little bits of the noodles that you leave in there, they don't swell up super big. I paid attention because I left a little because I just wanted to see. You know what I mean? Because I don't use all the water. I like my noodles kind of dry. Yep. They have 8 grams of protein. Saturated fat is 2 grams, trans fat 0, cholesterol 0, sodium. Well, that's if you use the whole pack, 158. I don't use the whole pack of seasoning. But there is 8 grams of protein in here. So technically for the total thing is 16 grams of protein in one of these. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I know they be talking about protein. So 16 grams of protein in this one bag of noodles. You said that's good? Okay, so I don't know. But they don't make your stomach. You said that's real good. I had a pot pie the other night and it was so good. It was a little dry, so I had some greens in a pot and added the green juice. Girl, I know that was good. It sounds good. So they call Lemonilo. It said made with all natural leek and celery. Cake and bacon is good. It sure is. I mean, I know we boycotting Amazon, but they probably got them in the Asian stores too. It says different from most instant ramen noodles. Lemonilo ramen has 0 trans fat because it's oven baked and not fried. We only make limonilo ramen from natural ingredients without any artificial color, preservatives, or flavor. It takes more effort to produce, but as a result, now we all can enjoy a healthier ramen. They fire too. I done ate them like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row. I'm almost out. I bought a pack of six. I think I got this one and another one, and that's it. And I didn't try them with the meat from the gyros. I didn't try them with shrimp. I didn't try them with chicken. I didn't ate them by themselves. Fire. And I had quit eating noodles for a minute because I didn't really, I don't know, like they just make my stomach feel crazy. These don't. So you can find them. Definitely get some. I'm going to try them with spaghetti next. I'm going to make them. Are you asking me? I ain't had no booty. Yep, but I'm about to go make me some breakfast now. That bacon is calling me, so I love y'all. We might talk later. We might not. It depends on how the day goes. See what I got going, because I got some stuff I got to do in there. And I got 2 more onions I got to process. Oh, you talking about the boba. I didn't do it because I forgot I didn't have no milk. I didn't have no milk. Because my milk be going bad. I'll drink that 1 cup of it, and then that be it. Hey, we getting ready to go, y'all. Yep. So I gotta give me some milk. I love y'all too. I'll see y'all later.